Talked about this a couple of different times. Y'all guys are weird sometimes, okay? I was listening to Fresh and Fit here earlier today, at time of recording, shout out to the boys, and they brought up this one study, okay? And I just had to go and take a look at it for myself because I couldn't believe it when I heard it. 40% of dudes wash their sheets, like, quarterly? Like, what are you guys doing out there? You guys are weird, okay? Then you get mad at girls because they don't like you because you stink? Like, it's pretty easy to fix you, okay? It's not that hard to not be weird and to not stink. Take those proactive steps so you aren't a loser, okay? There's a couple of other different things that, belies this fact, but let's get into some of the nitty-gritty, okay? Recent survey, shows that nearly half of men only wash their sheets every 4 months. Some of the other results and findings in this study is kind of worse than that. Recently, a reader emailed me to let me know that he often finds the way I talk to men in articles unnecessarily condescending. Kayla Kibbe, hey man. I would say if you're actually talking to men condescendingly, they aren't going to be emailing you, because if they need to hear this, okay, it'll resonate with them. Otherwise, the only people who try to tone police others are women, to be completely honest. Unlike a lot of unsolicited opinions and advice, readers often hurl my way in the form of, again, female solipsism. You cannot stop this. Yet another survey on of the hygiene practices of men is a one out of the UK. Has confirmed what most of us have known for a long time, that men, especially the single ones, are nasty little gremlins that you should never ever spend the night in the bed if you can help it. Yeah, but let's be completely honest, if you get to the bed, and how many girls are going to, put up that last second resistance because, ooh, bed stinks? No, they just won't come back. That's, what's likely to happen. But for the love of God, dudes, change your sheets. And I know that this is just one thing, but to be completely honest, the chances are if you're only changing your sheets once every 4 months, and for some people it's even worse than that, chances are you're probably a stinky fella to begin with, or that you're just weird from the hop, okay? Nearly half of men are only washing their sheets every 4 months. If that doesn't sound shockingly long time to you, then congratulations, you're part of the problem, sir. For reference, the ideal length of time between sheet cleanings, according to health experts, is 1 week. Yeah, because you shed skin cells at night, and you're spending time, theoretically, under these sheets for about 6 to 8 hours a night. And if you are normally sleeping with somebody else in the bed at the same time, double that output. And it's like, wait, why are you even doing that? But there's a lot to unpack from these findings that are right there, okay? Per the study of 2,250 adults, 40% of single men said that they sleep in dirty bed sheets for up to 4 months at a time. That's just super, super haram. And 12% of them saying they wash when they remember, which, as the BBC notes, could be even longer. That was compared to 62% of women who, okay, good, now that you opened up the door, now I can go into this line of questioning, who have said that they wash their sheets every 2 weeks, and a majority of couples who admitted to not pristine, but very reasonably 3-week wash cycle. Now, okay, I can talk about my parents, okay? Like, whenever I see them, I don't know for sure, but I know that they wash their sheets, fairly regularly, okay? I would imagine they're an incredibly functional, couple, okay? They've been together forever. They've got their set cycle and anything like that. But as a young single man, okay, who's been spinning multiple plates for a very long time, I've been inside some, I hate to tell any tales out of school, but I've been inside the single lady's bedroom before, and holy, is that a bomb going off, okay? Like, I can tell you for me personally, okay, and I don't want to make this all about me or anything like that, but I wash my stuff every week, every single week, every Friday. I go into the weekend, with it just fresh stuff on my bed or wherever I'm sleeping, okay? That stuff is getting done because I'm a neat freak, okay? I like to be clean. I like to be looking fresh, looking pristine, okay? I've got my stuff down to a regiment, but I understand I'm not like most people. I know I max out in a couple of different categories. I'm above average in a bunch of different things, ladies. That's for me to know and for you to find out. But yes, 6.5 feet tall, all of that stuff. And again, it's not about me. But that's because, okay, those ideas, those values were instilled in me by a strong familial unit. Like I mentioned before, my parents, man, like their house is pristine. It's beautifully clean. I've replicated that with my own living conditions and make sure that it's absolutely fantastically clean, okay? It's probably even more so than their current conditions, okay? Not to say that they've degenerated in any form or fashion. It's just I'm kind of the cleanliness police, okay? I make sure that I only walk in certain areas so that I don't need to continue to vacuum something or dust it all the time, okay? I just make sure everything is pristine, okay? It basically looks like a museum where I'm living at, okay? That's the way that I like to keep it because, well, cleanliness is next to godliness, and got a high opinion of myself, okay? Whatever. But then I think about it, and it's like, okay, I don't fall into that category of me washing my stuff every, on a biannual basis. I don't do that stuff, okay? For me, it's, 52, 53, 55 times a year, washing my bedding and all that stuff, okay? But then, like I, delved into for a minute, and it's like, women are keeping, hair care products, makeup in their bedroom, just getting ready for an evening out in the confines of their bedroom, and stuff's just haphazardly placed everywhere. If you think that women, take good care and they're cleanly and they're clean inside their own rooms, it's like, bro, come on now, you got to stop that stuff, okay? Tell me you haven't been in different places without telling me you haven't been in different places. But then I think about my friends when I was growing up, okay? Their rooms at the same time, holy disaster areas as well. And then I think about the familial structure of most of my friends, okay? And then the one that really sticks out, the one who also had a very strong family unit, and he was the only child. His stuff, his family's house was pristine. It was perfect because he had a strong family behind him. Now, I don't know what he's like, and hopefully everything's well for him now that he's a grown man, and I think he's married. Sucks to suck. But he's out there in the world. I'm sure everything is great and wonderful and fantastic for him because he was instilled with those values. But then I think about, oh, okay, cool. A bunch of my other friends when I was growing up, okay? A lot of single mother households, okay? And a lot of dirty domiciles. I'm heavy on this saying, okay? And you guys know this if you've been following for a while. The way you do one thing is indicative of how you do a lot of things. So if you're just pointing out that, single men only wash their bed sheets every 4 months, quarterly or whatever, with the change of the seasons, that's just telling me that cleanliness wasn't exactly a high priority when they were growing up. And then it also plays into another statistic that's out there that men between the age of 18 and 30%, okay, a third of men that's out there, rounded up, whatever, okay, a third of men that's out there hasn't had sex or is a virgin in the past year. Let that sink in for a second. There are single women, or if there are women out there watching this stuff, and it's like, that just doesn't make sense. It's easy for me to get sex. Well, men and women are totally different. And yes, you're thinking about Chad and Tyrone that are out there that can just, pull girls like that because they're just naturally good at what they do. Then you also don't think about the guy down at CVS or Shoppers Drug Mart, okay? You don't remember the name of the cashier that was there, okay? The guy at the post office, okay? Your waiter's name. All of those guys, they're still guys at the end of the day. You just don't even register them. All of those guys that are in your DMs, oh yeah, they're out there thirsting for a bunch of different girls. So there's a lot that you can draw from that study right there. 40% of men don't wash their sheets. 30% of men haven't had sex in the past year. There's a degradation in society. And realistically, at the bottom, if we ever want to pull ourselves out of that, it all resides with personal responsibility. So, given the fact that we're heading into the weekend, let that serve as a reminder. Wash your sheets, damn it. So, with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.